Gonzalez in right field. Mark Reynolds, the first baseman. Gerardo Parra in left with Trevor Story back in there short tonight. Descalso the DH, and Garneau is the catcher batting ninth. The Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your New England Audi dealers. Clay Buchholz 2-4, a 5.92 ERA. He's never faced Colorado before. He took the loss in his last outing to the Cleveland Indians, going 6 innings, allowing 3 earned runs and walking 4 men. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Shaw, Bogarts, Pedroia, and Ramirez on the infield. Petey back in there tonight after being lifted last night because of a bit of a cramp. Swihart, Bradley Jr., and Young in the outfield. It'll be Vasquez to catch Clay Buchholz. Tonight's umpires brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. That'll be Gabe Morales behind the plate. Trip Gibson, Jerry Lane, and Hunter Wendelstadt will join him as part of the judiciary. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory-backed Toyota Certified used vehicle right now. It's good to know the factory has your back. And it's an absolutely gorgeous night. The weather is brought to you by Benjamin Moore, the official paint of the Boston Red Sox. Right now 71 degrees. It's a great night for a ceremony. And again, Wade Boggs, number 26, will be joining us here in the booth. We think we may also get to chat with the great Carl Yastrzemski. Jerry Remy just making it back from the ceremony down on the field as Blackmon gets ready to swing against Buchholz. A very big start for Clay. Blackmon, a .298 hitter with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. He is 2 for 8 with a home run in the series. And facing Clay Buchholz for the first time in his career. And the slender right-hander from Texas fires up high for ball 1, and we are underway. Wade Boggs, number 26, is right behind Clay Buchholz, right behind the rubber. And the 1-0. Crack foul. Jerry, great job down there.
Thank you, Dave. It was a lot of fun. Very nice ceremony. Very nice.
And obviously very deeply touched. Wade Boggs, I mean, right away you could see he was starting to tear up and very emotional.
Well, you knew that was going to happen. I mean, you know, he's always like that, and this was a very special day for him.
And his family gathering here tonight. Really looking forward to chatting with him. Well, look who's here. The great Carl Yastrzemski is joining us here in the first inning. The Hall of Famer. Great to have you with us, Yaz.
Thanks, Dave. Great to be here.
Come on.
That one has popped up into left field and settling under that Swihart.
That's what I like.
That's a fast out. I'm going to give Carl Yastrzemski my chair. That's an honor to be able to do that. Thank you, sir.
I was going to stand so I can get out of here quick.
And I know you were maybe looking for the door, but we're going to keep you right here as long as we can. Great to see you.
Good. It's great to be here.
Yeah, terrific ceremony. And you gave Wade Boggs a big hug. And then when they brought the chair over there, the seat number 26, I think you said, "Can I sit down now?" Can I?
That's exactly what I said.
One man out.
But yeah, he was a great hitter. There's no question about that. I mean, what surprised you most about Boggs when you first saw him?
You know, the thing about it is he always took a first strike. You know, I don't know why. I'm up there hacking. But he had the uncanny ability to inside out the ball to left field, left center. And the biggest surprise was when I first saw him, when he took batting practice, he hit the ball in right field bleachers more than anybody else.
Yep, that's right.
And then the game come, he just changed his swing and went the other way.
This one popped up on the infield and behind third base. Shaw on the dirt. He'll put that away for the second out.
What his team's been scoring some runs, haven't they?
They sure have. This is a very good hitting team, as you know. You watch every game. Your impressions of this ball club?
Well, you said yesterday on the air that the players love to come out and get the game going and play. Well, I'll tell you what, I love to turn the TV on and watch them just because I know they're going to score a lot of runs. It seems everybody's got a hitting streak going.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
they've had a great homestand.
It's been a great homestand. In fact, 2 consecutive outstanding homestands. And high fly left center field. Jackie Bradley into the alley and will make the catch. A fast inning. Could you stick with us a little bit longer?
Sure.
Just another half inning. The great Carl Yastrzemski with us inside the booth. The Jackie coming up when we return. There's Yaz torching one of many in a spectacular career with the Boston Red Sox, and then a diving catch, losing the cap as well. This is every kid in my neighborhood on the South Shore as I was growing up, right-handed or left-handed, trying to do what Yaz did with the bat up so high and then getting it through the hitting area. None of us could do it.
Actually, I really didn't hold that high. You know, players nowadays hold it higher than what I did. I was about ear level, but I think I was one of the first to put it up, say, to the ear level.
Jackie Bradley with a high fly ball. That one deep to right field, backing up Gonzalez. And right there in front of the bullpen, he makes the catch. Jackie coming in with a 29-game hitting streak.
You've had that feeling many a times, Carl, hitting the ball out to that part of the ballpark here at Fenway. Bradley almost taking it out of the ballpark, but it's way too big out there.
Well, you know, he's had an amazing year. I'd love to see him break that streak. You know, a couple of years ago, it looks like he wouldn't even be in the big leagues. But I guess he's worked hard, and he's turned it around. Believe me, he's turned it around.
Sure has.
Dustin Pedroia steps in at 304, 6 homers and 20 runs batted in. Jackie, by the way, hitting first in the lineup for the first time this season. Red Sox facing right-hander John Gray. 1-2 with an ERA of 6.75. And a 1-0 is popped into right field, and Gonzalez is there. And that'll be 2 up, 2 down.
Let me ask you this, Carl, just before you take off on us, and I know you're going quick. When you see your number up there on that with those famous numbers up there, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's a great honor to have the organization retire your number. No one else can wear it. I was absolutely thrilled when my number was retired. It meant as much to me as making it to the Hall of Fame.
You did.
Yes, it did.
That's exactly what Boggs said tonight. He said the same thing. That's amazing.
It's just something about it. You know,
you still get emotional about it.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you play hard, you work all your life to become the best you can, and I never had that great of talent like a lot of players had. But I just kept plugging at it, working at it. And probably one of the guys that helped me the most, he helped Wade too, was Walter Reniak.
Yep.
You know that. He worked hours and hours and hours.
Hours spent in the batting cage, and it all paid off for you. There it is. I mean, number 8 forever.
Well, you talk about in spring training, didn't start till 10 o'clock. We'd be there at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning with Waller.
Bogart slaps that one foul, hitting .349 coming in. You have to have felt like you got everything you could out of your ability, huh?
Well, the day that I retired, I looked into the mirror when I was shaving, and I said to myself, I couldn't have worked any harder, got any more out of my ability, and it made me feel good. So many, they said.
That's going to go all the way to the wall. Bogarts came in with an 18-game hitting streak, so make that 19 with authority.
With Bradley's hitting streak, nobody talks about him.
That's right. Right. And this is a career high, and it's also the second longest in the majors this season.
His fingernail didn't bother him on that swing.
The thing you were talking about, Yaz, is the fact that you didn't have the greatest talent of anybody that was ever played the game, but you made the most out of what you had, and you ended up in the Hall of Fame. You ended up with your number retired. I mean, that's what I think you have to be the most proud of, the fact that, you were not blessed with great talent. You just got everything you had inside out of you.
The big thing.
As Ortiz bat swings and stings that one. High
That
fly.
could be gone.
Way back there. It's sailing, and she's gone into the bullpen. And the Red Sox, in their favorite inning, grab a 2-0 lead.
Boy, he's been tearing the cover off the ball.
It's amazing. I mean, to think what he's doing at this age, it's just incredible to see. It really is incredible to watch.
Well, what's so special with him is not only is he a great hitter, great clutch hitter and that, but he's playing with a lot of talent around him, which makes you better.
Now, Speedway, proud to be New England's first choice for value and convenience for every Sox homer this season. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Stop by a Speedway store near you, pick up your Speedy Rewards card, and start earning points today.
You know what it reminds me of, Yaz, is when Freddie Lynn and Jim Rice came up, made you play better. Young players coming up. I think the same things happen with David Ortiz.
It definitely helps. You make the game more fun when you have talent around you. It's easier to play. It's tough to play when you don't have talent around you. My first 6 years with the Red Sox.
No good.
It was tough.
It was bad.
I
remember
tough.
watching. It was bad.
Well, it got a whole lot better as Hanley gets in. Little bounding ball to third. Arenado will throw to get him. Yes, I know you got to run, but this has been such a treat and such a blessing for us.
Thanks for having me on.
You are the
Jerry,
best.
good seeing you.
All right, Captain.
The legendary captain, Carl Yastrzemski. There he is on the field before joining us in the booth. 2-0. The Sox have the lead. 6, Wade Boggs. Red Sox retiring his number here tonight after the ceremony on the field. Right up there, not far away from Carl Yastrzemski. I think the throw had just gotten into the glove at first base, and Yaz was gone.
I'll tell you, Dave, you know, it's amazing that he stopped up there. It really is.
Oh, what a treat.
I mean, he's a great guy, but he just doesn't like this stuff, you know, and I'm telling you, he's going to be home in about 20 minutes. He'll be watching us.
And he does watch every night.
Yes, he does.
Watches his team very closely.
He does.
He has a great feel for the Red Sox, who now have a 2-0 lead after 1, and Gonzalez leading things off here for Colorado into the shift, and that's Shaw over there to throw on and get him. Gonzalez had come in with a mini 3-game hitting streak after a 2-for-32 skid. And Buchholz off to a sharp start. He has retired the first 4.
That's a big outing for Clay. Obviously, you know, you got Rodriguez coming back next week. Buchholz needs a good outing, I think, and this is a critical one for him in this ball game tonight. Off to a good start, as you mentioned.
Facing Mark Reynolds, he's seen him before. Reynolds has hit him pretty well, 5 for 12 with 2 home runs. And in there for strike 1. Clay's best outing of the year of his 9 starts remains that gem in Chicago. He needs to recapture that. That was on the 4th of May, 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. He dazzled in that one. By far the high water mark, and what has been an ugly start for him with a 5.92 ERA. Parra on deck, and then Trevor Story. Toronto beat the Yankees today 3-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a strike.
Good curveball there by Buchholz. His 1-1 count. He goes to the breaking ball. He's tried a couple on this at bat, and this one right over the middle of the plate. I think it fooled Reynolds. I don't think he was expecting the breaking ball. I got to get into the flow of this game, Dave. It's been too much going on.
Well, Wade Boggs is going to join us in a little bit. There's a swing and a miss on a pitch inside at 91 to strike him out.
That's exactly what he wants to do with that pitch. A 2-seam fastball that he runs back inside. It follows the curveball. You see Vasquez setting up inside, and that ball just starts down and in. That is a Clay Buchholz pitch right there. That's when he throws it inside like that to right-handers and also to left-handers. That's when he's effective.
So that'll send up Parra, the number 6 hitter, 275 with 3 home runs. Clay is the longest tenured Red Sox pitcher on the roster. This is officially his 10th season. But as big a start as he has had outside of postseason play. Parra 1 for 2 off him in his career. David Ortiz launching a home run number 515 to put the Red Sox in the lead. As the Sox continue to pile it on in the first inning. Red Sox going for a 5th consecutive win here tonight. Bases empty, 2 down. To center field, backing up Bradley, but space back there to put it away, and that's 6 up and 6 down for Clay Buchholz. They go in order. Shaw, Young, Swihart coming up for the Red Sox. Sox lineup. It's brought to you by Baja Toyota. Jackie Bradley, Dustin Pedroia, Xander Bogaerts, followed by David Ortiz, Andy Ramirez, Travis Shaw about to hit, followed by Chris Young, Blake Swihart, and Christian Vasquez against John Gray. And on the first ball, it's popped up here by Shaw. In a shallow center field as we welcome in the Hall of Famer, and just had his number retired. It's up there for everyone to see, as you said, Wade, for all time, forever. Number 26, Wade Boggs. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jerry.
What a great night for you. And now that, is it starting to sink in a little bit?
I've almost stopped shaking, so it's starting to sink in. It's such a wonderful ceremony, and can't thank the Red Sox organization enough of the amount of money for pediatric cancer. That was. Yeah. I didn't realize that was going to happen. But
$26,000.
$26,000, right? Yeah, we can put that to good use with all the trials and everything that we have down in Tampa.
You know, when I think of Wade Boggs, I think here's this kid that comes up. Not a kid. Actually, you spent too much time in the minor leagues. Way too much. And you come to the big leagues, and we kept saying as players, okay, they're gonna find something. They find something in all of us. They never found anything. They never found an area that he couldn't hit. And the thing that I admire your hitting, okay, but what I admire the most about you is how hard you worked at defense at third base.
Well,
I mean, you're in the Hall of Fame because you're offense. There's no question about that.
Right.
The fact is, you were a complete player, and people sometimes forget that.
Well, I'm as proud of my 2 Gold Gloves as I am my 5 batting titles. But I said in the speech about rain or shine, Johnny was out there hitting me ground balls, and the 117 ground balls, throwing to second, throwing to first, working left and right, and it was a process. It was a process, and that's the one thing that I wanted, was to be a complete player. Everybody says, well, he can hit, but that's about it. And I didn't really think that I was a defensive liability at the time, but a lot of hard work, and it's like an Indian shooting arrows at a target. The more you shoot, the better you get. So.
Swihart, after a couple of triples last night, standing in. When you think of the reasons why you were a great hitter, number 1 was why?
Eye-hand coordination, probably, and eyesight. Those are the 2 hand in hand that I feel that, because I had the ability to see the baseball a little quicker than everybody else, and I could see spin, I could see the dot on the slider, I could see the fork ball tumble, and that's one of the reasons why I utilize the wall so much, because I let the ball get so deep into my stance, and I just had to get a little bit bigger, and it was a tool that I like to use.
Line into right field, very fast inning. Wade, can you stick with us another
Absolutely.
half inning?
Yes, my pleasure.
There it is, the number unveiled, and the emotion right there on the face of number 26. 2-0. Red Sox have the lead. Trevor Story to lead things off here in the third inning. Red Sox in the lead 2-0 as we visit with Wade Boggs on his night here at Fenway Park. A great ovation when you came out, and I noticed that the folks from Cooperstown, they brought the entire thing with them. It wasn't just the plaque; it was the whole pedestal.
It was a whole wall. It looked like it was half the wall. That
was pretty cool.
The Rhino, and then it was nice to have Rhino here also. That was very special. He's my wingman. So
yeah, Ryan Sandberg, great to see him here.
You know, Wade, we had Yaz up here in the first inning, and he said, you said the exact same thing that he said. He said he was as proud of seeing his number going up on that facade as he was just getting into the Hall of Fame. Now, when you said that the first time, I went, come on, man.
Absolutely.
But it's the truth.
It is. That was the last piece of my baseball puzzle.
Yeah.
And to have that honor is, don't get me wrong, the Hall of Fame is absolutely wonderful. But for me to be honored the way that I have been in what I do call my home, because this is where I got my start, and I didn't want to leave. That was the big thing. And Mrs. Yockey at the end of the '91 season wanted me to stay. She offered me a 7-year deal, and unfortunately she died in January of '92. So that's where it went off the table.
Story flying out to left field there. One thing Yaz said was, as soon as he sat down, he said, Jerry asked him about you and your hitting style. He said he always took that first pitch. He always took that first one. And I remember thinking as a kid, well, you've got to be so confident to do that, to allow yourself, because a lot of times you're down 0-1, you're down 0-2 before you even choose to swing the bat.
I always had the mindset of I didn't like to get in the box and get it over with. I thought that if I could prolong the at bat, take pitches, he's going to make a mistake. And if I got to 0-2, I knew that they had to throw it over the plate in order to get me out. So I wasn't going to swing and miss. That was not an option. So I knew that if it was anywhere close to the plate and it was going to be a strike and wasn't the pitch I wanted, Walter said that I used to foul him off on purpose. And I said, no, I didn't, Walter. He says, yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I didn't have a fear of striking out because I knew I was going to make contact.
Descalso lines it right to Jackie Bradley. 2 fast outs, and that is 8 up, 8 down, set down by Clay Buchholz.
As some of the ceremony, Wade, you look pretty good walking out there. You don't feel comfortable like you've been here before.
I thought I was going to have that. That's what made my night right there, having Captain come back. Yeah, that was so special that to have Carl at the ceremony. Almost got away from me, the knuckleball.
Yeah, I know you got a pretty nasty knuckleball.
And when you come back and you're on the field, what does it feel like to be back on the diamond at Fenway?
Well, the one thing is so much has changed since I've been here. Naturally, the monster seats and just the infield alone is tremendous. But the one thing that I love, and it's right out there, and it's 37 feet high, the wall.
A lot of line drives of yours up against that wall.
Put a few dents in it.
1-1 to Garneau. He checks a swing.
The thing about the wall for a guy like Wade, I mean, you know, he that was a slump breaker for him because he could hit the ball off the wall just about any time he wanted to. He had that kind of ability to go the other way, pop the ball off the wall, and didn't have to worry about pulling the ball. If he wanted to pull the ball, it just came, you know, naturally on a pitch. But go ahead, take that ball. So I always say, I felt, Wade, that this ballpark was always made for a left-handed hitter.
Absolutely, because it keeps your front shoulder in, and you can let the ball get deep, and you don't have to commit. And that was the thing when I was drafted at 17 years old. My dad came to the American Legion game and came running down and said, you went 7th round in Boston, and he said Fenway Park was built for you. And he knew my style of hitting and going the other way, and I didn't know anything about Fenway Park, but spent 5.5 years in the minor leagues. And then once I got here and started taking batting practice and getting a little stronger and using Nautilus and getting a little stronger, then the wall became very, very comfortable as far as getting the ball to the wall. And I remember one day game against Phil Niekro, I thought I popped the ball up to the shortstop, and the next thing it blows off the wall in left field, and I'm standing on second base, and Nuxie turns around and looks at me and just puts his arms up like I could never pitch here.
Yeah.
And that was.
We don't have much time left, but I just want to ask you anything you want to say to the fans out there that are watching that couldn't be at the ballpark tonight.
Well, absolutely, and I want everybody to know that Boston's in my heart and always will be. And I just thank all the Boston fans. They're terrific, and appreciate you guys too.
Great job here tonight.
Jay. Thanks. Appreciate
that was tremendous.
Thanks.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Thank
Wade
you.
Boggs, number 26, retired, as he said, forever here at Fenway Park. Sox in front 2-0. Bottom half of the third inning, and Vasquez will lead things off here against Gray. The Red Sox in the lead 2-0, and a David Ortiz home run. The Rockies starting pitcher, presented by GMC. 1-2, a 6.75 ERA. Made his major league debut last August, so he had never faced the Red Sox before tonight. And a pop toward right field along the line. Gonzalez plenty of time to get there, and Vasquez now 1 for 17 on the homestand.
The Rockies defense is brought to you by DraftKings. They're fourth in the National League, 20 errors in 45 games. Nolan Arenado at third base, Trevor Story the shortstop, DJ LeMahieu at second, and Mark Reynolds the first baseman. Parra, Blackman, Gonzalez in the outfield, Garneau doing the catching.
It's been a parade of Hall of Famers the last couple of nights, hasn't it?
It really has been. It's been fun.
To Jim Rice, Carl Yastrzemski, Wade Boggs, Jackie Bradley 0 for 1. He flied out deep to right field. He sent Gonzalez right to the base of the fence, right in front of the Red Sox bullpen, in his bid to make it a 30-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 1. And a dribbler here, and the pitcher will handle this, and Jackie is quickly 0 for 2 and 2 down.
That time it was a changeup from Gray that got Bradley a little bit out on his front foot and just dribbles it back to the mound for the out. See the off-speed pitch right there. It's out over the plate, but toward the end of the bat, it's a little bit off balance, out on that front foot a little too soon, and you see the contact toward the end of the bat, just topping it back to the pitcher.
Gray, a hard thrower. He's in the mid to upper 90s. And delivers outside a ball on Pedroia, who is 0 for 1 with a fly to right field. He left last night's game after a fifth inning double as a precaution with a tender hamstring, but he's fine. So it was more of a cramp than anything. Here's the 1-0. DraftKings is the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of the Red Sox. Experience the thrill of playing on DraftKings now. Play free daily using the promo code NESSON at DraftKings.com. Xander Bogaerts has run his hitting streak to 19 in a row by scalding a single.
Well, it looked like Gray. He just aimed that last pitch. I mean, 2-0 count going to the fastball and just way overshoots the strike zone. Generally 2-0. That's you know, it's a little bit closer than that. That was not even close at all. Just overthrowing it.
Really yanked it. He's learning to pitch on the road. He is 0-2 with a 6.06 ERA away from Denver. 24 years old. He's a big kid, 6'4", 235. And he walks Dustin Pedroia. That was on 4 in a row. So the Sox with a base runner with 2 down in front of Xander Bogaerts. There's Walt Weiss, their manager, who played on 4 World Series teams. On those Oakland A's teams. Very good defensive shortstop. Not real happy about how it's gone in Boston the last few days.
A lot of teams can say that recently.
Yeah, the Sox 13-2 at Fenway since the 29th of April. At home, they are leading the majors in many categories, including wins with 18, runs, batting average, slugging percentage, doubles, and on-base percentage. And in first by 2 over the Orioles, who are in Houston again. Xander 1 for 1. He was on base when Ortiz ripped a home run. Number 12 for Big Papa, who's now driven in 45 runs, and he's on deck.
The slider that time from Gray as you look at Ortiz on deck, and I think for Gray that's probably his best pitch, his slider. That was just a get me over strike right here as he goes to the breaking ball. Not a big break on it, but he needed a strike badly, so he goes to that pitch.
1-1 pitch, and he will not chase. Xander last night belting a curveball completely out of Fenway Park for his 5th home run. He did not hit his 5th home run last season until September 2nd. To the third baseman. Arenado will go to second for the force, and that retires the side. 1 man left. We've wrapped up 3 innings on a beautiful night here at Fenway Park, and the Sox are in the lead. Is coming up this weekend. NESSandFuel.com, the place for all the coverage. So today I got into a race car for some stupid reason. I don't know why I did this, but this was at Nesson today, and I couldn't see a thing. And I think I was about to vomit, Jerry. Very.
We see more of that.
Very unelegant. There is such a phrase.
I love your face. Look at that. Wow. No helmet either.
No, that was another stupid thing. I had a good time with it, and we actually blew a tire. Well, our driver Joe blew the tire. I was just literally along for the ride.
I love the shot of you getting in the car, first of all.
Yeah, that was great.
That doesn't look very comfortable. And then your face. I mean, the wind just pushing it back.
Yeah. Almost moved my hair. As Blackmon swings, and he lines one into left field for a base hit. He becomes the first base runner tonight against Clay Buchholz.
That's 4 straight games now for Blackmon as he picks on a curveball that time from Buchholz for the base hit to the opposite field. So let me ask you this, Dave. How long were you in the car?
It felt like about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But I think it was about 60 seconds going around and around and around. It's the loudest thing I've ever been in my life.
Would you have stayed longer had you had you didn't get a flat tire?
No.
You had enough.
Window was open for a reason. I was getting out. That was a lot of fun. LeMahieu flirts with a bunt. He is 0 for 1 with a pop up to third base. Red Sox in the lead 2-0, looking for the sweep here of Colorado. And the Red Sox about to hit the road for Toronto and Baltimore. So a challenging trip coming up. Beginning tomorrow night. And the Sox will have Joe Kelly on the mound against Aaron Sanchez, who was real tough against the Sox up in Toronto earlier this season. Rick Porcello against Marcus Stroman on Saturday afternoon, and then on Sunday afternoon, Price against Dickey.
Now they've been getting some good pitching up there in Toronto too. The offense has struggled, but the pitching has not.
They won today 3-1 over the Yankees, and that one's downstairs on LeMahieu.
Which I think surprised a lot of people because everybody expected it to be the complete opposite, where the offense would be near the top of the league and the pitching would struggle. That's not been the case.
Well, they're going to get rolling. You got to think
that they're a dangerous team.
All the pieces are there, and they were a big second half team last year. Toronto. Blackmon diving back in.
Very close at first base. You see Blackmon as he goes into the dive. He flinched a little bit. And what made that play close is that, he didn't slide or dive back to the outside part of the bag. That's a very late break right there. He didn't pick that up very well from Buchholz at all. He just barely got back in time.
John Farrell thought about challenging that. He elected not to. Blackmon has 3 stolen bases. The 2-0. The runner goes, and a chopper to first base, handled by Hanley Ramirez, and down to second safely is Blackmon. He was off with the pitch. Red Sox season ticket holders experience the best seats, price, and benefits Fenway has to offer. For information on becoming a season ticket holder, please visit redsox.com/season tickets or call 877-RED SOX 9.
A little surprised that looked like a hit and run on that last play right there. The pitch was way inside to LeMahieu, and he just had to fight it off to first base with the runner going in first. Watch where the location of this pitch is, way inside, and you can see that ball just being fought off. So that leads me to believe that possibly the hit and run was on in that situation.
1 out, a runner at second, 2-0 Boston, and it brings up Nolan Arenado, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. He's been very impressive in the series with his glove. The longtime major league pitcher LaTroy Hawkins, who pitched for 20 years, said Arenado is the best defensive third baseman he had ever seen.
Wow, that's high praise, and he's seen a lot of them.
This guy has dazzled a couple of times in this series, won 3 straight Gold Gloves. He makes all the plays. The 0-1, a little bit outside to make it 1-1. He joined Ichiro Suzuki as the only players to win a Gold Glove each of his first 3 years in the majors.
The few plays that we have seen in this series have been very impressive by Arenado. He goes to his left very well, his right very well, charge the ball, do it all.
He's also hit 14 home runs as he pops that one foul out of play. He is second in the majors in homers. Carlos Gonzalez is on deck. Buchholz really very deliberate with men on base and diving back in Blackmon.
You got Pedroia holding him on pretty close. He's got good speed, and Dustin was not that far from the bag that time. A little spin. I don't think there was a pickoff attempt on. It was just kind of a fake by Buchholz. But you see where Pedroia is, and the key there is getting back in position for contact.
The 1-2 to Arenado. Good curveball there to get him, and down he goes.
That might be the best curveball we've seen from Buchholz in a long time. This one really broke. It was kind of strange because did you see the way Vasquez was set up? He was almost standing up like he was expecting a high fastball, and instead he gets the breaking ball, and a very good one. I think he got crossed up on that. I really do.
I think you're right. It was a breaking ball in the dirt.
Yeah, unfortunately it was a breaking ball, so he could get down there and make the catch on it.
May have gotten away with one there. So 2 down for Gonzalez. 0 for 1 with a grounder to third base. It's always a big home run threat. He hit 40 last year. 2-time All-Star. He's won 3 Gold Gloves.
With a man at second base, Dave, that's generally when they use multiple signs from the catcher, and it's very easy at times to cross your catcher up by either not picking up the sign or the catcher forgetting the sign. There's multiple signs put down here by Vasquez, as you can see, and that's when you see the most cross-ups, when there's a man in scoring position at second base.
A little bit high for a ball, and a fastball at 92. Clay's last start against a National League opponent was against Atlanta. That came on the 28th of April. He took the loss. He gave up 5 earned in 6 1/3 innings. He also walked 4 men. But he is 2-0 against the NL West in his career. ERA just over 2. And now Vasquez will head on out to the hill.
Vasquez threw down about 8 different signs, and two complete different sections of signs, and none of them were acceptable to Buchholz. So the thing is, go out and find out what he wants to throw.
Buchholz had a pretty decent tempo in the first, second, and third inning. Of course, he got him 1, 2, 3 in each of those innings. It has slowed down dramatically here, though. Here's the 2-0. And a breaking ball in there. He's gone to that curveball in this inning.
And it's been very good. It's got good bite to it tonight.
Gonzalez, a former batting champ in the National League. Hit .336 in 2010. It's a high fly ball, well struck to right. Young is going to watch that one go into the bullpen, and that'll wind up a 2-run homer for Gonzalez, his 6th of the year, and that will tie the game at 2.
Well, Gonzalez had to be sitting on that curveball that time, because watch the location of the breaking ball and then that contact from Gonzalez. He had to be sitting on it. Here's the curveball again from Buchholz, and you see where it is, down and in. Now that ball was supposed to be away. It's supposed to be a breaking ball to the outside part of the plate. Instead, it stays in that kind of sweet spot for a left-handed hitter, and he takes it out of the ballpark. So mislocation on the breaking ball that time from Buchholz.
Right into the hat. Sends up Reynolds, who struck out in the second inning. So a 2-2 tie as Carlos Gonzalez knocks one into the pen. 8 home runs with men on base, the most in the majors allowed by Clay Buchholz, and has been a giant problem for him. And of course, the grand slams and the 3-run homers. He has found it very, very difficult to hold on to a lead. Check swing. They do appeal. No swing, says Tripp Gibson.
Take a look from the side. And he did a good job holding up right there. He puts that left hand out just in case.
That's a cross for a called strike. Reynolds has had a good year with the bat, hitting .316. 239 career home runs for him. Also over 1,500 strikeouts in his career. The 3-1 pitch. A called strike.
Yeah, Buchholz being very careful in that hitters count. 3-1 going to the outside corner with the fastball.
Nobody on base, 2 down. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Mark Reynolds. Got a piece of that one. In the bottom of the 4th inning, due up for the Red Sox, Ortiz, Ramirez, and Shaw. David Ortiz has already belted his 12th home run of the season. That gave the Red Sox a 2-0 lead, but now Colorado has tied it. This is a good hitting team from Colorado. They have not pitched well at all, as that one is knocked foul out of play. That they are 3rd in the National League in batting average. They're 5th in runs, 6th in home runs. So that's something they can do. Reynolds has hit a pair of home runs in his career against Clay Buchholz. Trying to get out of this top of the 4th. To the shortstop on a friendly hop for Bogaerts, who will throw to get him and retire the side, but Gonzalez connects. And we are tied up as Big Papi is due up when we come back. Up 2-2. John Gray, the right-hander, delivers in there for a called strike on David Ortiz, who has belted a 2-run homer and has had a really fine homestand, 10 for 19 with 11 RBIs in the 6 games. Ramirez on deck and fouled away in a massive cut.
Look back at David's home run back in the 1st inning. You can see they want that ball away. It's away, but it's up. And David hooks that ball really out of the ballpark. They got it in the general vicinity they wanted to, just a little higher than they wanted.
Oh, to another one. A high fly ball into left field, backing up Parra all the way to the wall. It's going to be off the green. He bats it down. David's going to trot into second base. He's got himself a double.
Boy, is he hot. I mean, this ball is exactly where the pitcher wanted it. They wanted to go upstairs, up and away from Ortiz. So he says, "Okay, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to take it off the left field wall." See the catcher give the high sign, then the ball goes up and away, and Ortiz goes the opposite field, off the left field wall.
Double number 22 for Big Papi. .606, and now taking aim at the great Hank Aaron. Hanley is 0 for 1. He is grounded out to third, and 0 for his last 10. And taking a strike. Usually likes that first pitch. He's been very successful on the first pitch, hitting .500 against it.
I think Hanley here too will be trying to go the other way up the middle to the opposite field to get Ortiz to third and maybe score him on a hit.
Nobody out, a man at second. And the helmet goes flying into count 0-2.
Now that swing was not designed to go the other way. That was a breaking ball that time, fooling Ramirez. I don't see the helmet come off quite as much as we did last year.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing. That means he's not trying to hit it on the Lansdowne every time. Batting average over 300 for a good chunk of the season. Shaw on deck. He's 0 for 1 so far. Sox trying to make it 5 consecutive wins and take that streak on the road. Here's the 0-2. Pop toward right, and Gonzalez with all night to get under that one. And one man away with Shaw to dig in.
That's what we're talking about, trying to go the opposite field, but that time not deep enough to get Ortiz to third base. And you know, very defensive swing as it should be on 2 strikes. The ball was a little bit away from Ramirez, so he does take it to the opposite field, but not deep enough to get Ortiz to third.
Shaw with a nice night last night as he went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. And he'll take one downstairs for a ball. He's now driven in 32 runs. He's tied with Mike Trout and Nelson Cruz for 8th in the American League in RBIs. And now Garneau, the catcher, would like a mound visit with Gray. Gray grew up in Oklahoma. He always wanted to play for the Sooners at the University of Oklahoma. But as a football player, he was a standout tight end in high school. He did go on to become an All-American there, but in baseball. The 1-0 to Shaw. On the edge, according to home plate on Morales.
Goes with that slider to pick up the strike on the outside part of the plate. Sure, in that situation, probably looking for a ball middle in.
Ortiz at second, and the 1-1. Hammered high fly ball into right center. Gonzalez backpedals to the track. He's there to make the catch. Ortiz back to second, now heading into third. The throw. He is in there safely on a pretty good chuck.
I thought that ball was gone when he made contact, but the only reason it didn't go out of the ballpark is because he had to hook it. Watch the location of that pitch. It's going to be away from Shaw, so he's got to kind of hook that ball, and it stayed in the field of play. If that ball's inside just a little bit by a couple of inches, that ball's a home run. Ortiz going back to tag up, and he'll get to third base, but now with 2 outs.
In front of Chris Young, we'll try and pick him up. We saw the arm strength there from Gonzalez, firing a one-hopper to third base. Young 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. 8 of his last 14 hits have gone for extra bases. Tied up 2-2. And Gray's 1-0 pitch, and he lets it go downstairs. Young, a .316 lifetime hitter here at Fenway Park, has the count his way, but it's up and in. Tuesday, June 14th, Jason Varitek bobblehead night at Fenway Park. First 15,000 fans receive a Jason Varitek bobblehead courtesy of Granite State Electric. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/promos or call 877-RED SOX 9. And the 3-0 to Chris Young. And he walked him. That'll put him on at first and third for Blake Swihart. Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Blake Swihart 2 triples last night against the Rockies, becoming the 3rd Red Sox player to have multiple triples in a game this season, joining Mookie Betts and Jackie Bradley. And according to Elias, the first time the Sox have had more than one player hit multiple triples in a single game since 1967. And Yaz was one of them. So Swihart 0 for 1 tonight. He is lined out to right field. Wonderful to see Carl Yastrzemski down on the field and also in the booth with us earlier tonight. He was here for the David Ortiz home run. In there for a called strike. And Robbie Ross caught it.
He's unbelievable out there, isn't he?
He's something else. He chases them
reckless abandon.
With reckless abandon and often slams into the wall. He's like a kid in a candy store when he gets one, as that one is fouled away.
A couple of triples for Swihart in the ball game last night, going out toward the triangle that time. As 2 runs come across, and Swihart again with a long fly ball almost in the same area. That time near the garage door.
Two men aboard, but also 2 out and 2 strikes on Blake Swihart. And cut on and missed on the pitch in the dirt. And down he goes for strike 3, and the Red Sox are going to strand 2. Still tied up 2-2 at Fenway. Company kicks off the Plainridge Park Casino Fenway Concert Series this summer on July 15th. Plenty of great seats still available. Get yours right now at redsox.com/dead-end-company. We're out of the 5th inning, tied up 2-2, Red Sox and the Rockies. It is getaway night for the Sox. They're heading for Toronto right after the game. And a series against the Blue Jays, and then on to Baltimore, as Parra will hit here and take a strike. Clay roughed up last inning, a single and a 2-run homer by Gonzalez to tie it. Red Sox with a schedule just ahead that will see them play 12 of the next 15 on the road. And the 0-1 is up top.
And get used to it, because we were talking about it last night. The fact that the month of August and September, the Red Sox are really on the road a lot in the last 2 months of the season. A lot of home games early, a lot of road games late.
Buchholz firing a 1-1. He indicated a bunt but took a ball. Parra 274 with 3 home runs. To be followed by Story, the outstanding rookie, and then Descalso, who's their DH. Up the middle, and that'll be a base hit right past the bag. Let's get down to Garrett Austin.
Hey, thanks, OB. Well, Ryan Hannigan left yesterday's game due to illness. John Farrell says that he's still dealing with neck stiffness, and they said that they do expect him to catch tomorrow. However, they would go to Blake Swihart tonight if they needed to. Also, Brock Holt is back from meeting with Dr. Collins in Pittsburgh. Holt is under a very detailed treatment plan, but he did start general conditioning today. And Eduardo Rodriguez took PFP today, and he will throw a bullpen tomorrow. And Farrell said they'll have a better read whether he slots back in for Pawtucket or back here. Guys.
Okay, Garrett, thank you very much. Coming off 7 innings and looked pretty sharp, and putting pressure on everybody to return to this rotation.
Now that's going to be the interesting thing. I mean, you know, when Rodriguez comes back, what are they going to do? Who is going to lead the rotation? That's why we talked about, you know, Buchholz having a big start here tonight. Joe Kelly had a very good start in his last outing.
Yeah, and in fact, Kelly's won 10 in a row going back to last year. You don't see him leaving. And Wright continues to be outstanding. Another deep start last night. He has one of the best ERAs in the American League. Putting up tremendous numbers, 117 pitches last night. Steven with a top 10 ERA at 2.52. So adding more pressure here to Clay Buchholz to pitch well this evening. Got off to a great start. Can't do better than he did. 9 up, 9 down before he allowed the base hit and then the home run. He's allowed a leadoff hit here. Story 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field. National League Rookie of the Year candidate. He sat out last night after striking out 4 times on Tuesday. Pops that one up and back out of play. Well, don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC and Tim Wakefield will break it all down. You'll hear from Clay Buchholz and John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason. Story is leading the National League with 27 extra base hits, but he's also leading the National League with 66 strikeouts. He homered in 4 straight games to start the season. He got jammed and a foul ball along third. So Buchholz trying to put him away here and pick up his second K tonight. 2-2 tie. We're in the 5th. With another big crowd at Fenway. And the 0-2 to Story.
Well, they get that pitch exactly where they wanted it, a fastball away, but Story's able to spoil it by fouling it off. See the location perfect right there by Buchholz, a two-seamer that comes back to the corner.
Parra with a short lead at first base, nobody out, and the 0-2. Runner holding, and he pops a foul, and Hanley off to the races, but that'll be into the stands.
Even though it was a curveball that was hit for a home run by Gonzalez, Buchholz feels like he has a good curveball tonight. He continues to throw it. That last pitch, a pretty good one, but fouled off. Long look to the dugout by Vasquez, see if there's going to be a pitch out.
And the 0-2 again. Just got a piece of it up the very end of the bat.
Yeah, there's that curveball again, and it's a good one. No balls, 2 strikes, throwing it off the plate. Gets to hit it and chase it, but he's able to make contact, and he's up there for another pitch.
We just nudged it foul. So he's still alive. Tied up 2-2 in the 5th. The 31-year-old right-hander from Texas trying to get the rookie. Here's the 0-2. Firing down at first base, but not in time to get Parra.
That's exactly what Vasquez will do too. No balls and 2 strikes. You can see him call for the fastball up. And for him, that's almost like a pitch out because he wants to pick the guy off first base. Obviously, choice number 1 is to have the hitter swing at it and miss. But choice number 2 for Vasquez on that situation is throw to first and try to pick off the runner.
One-two pitch. He checked, and it's blocked out in front of the plate by Vasquez. Red Sox with a record of 18-9 here at Fenway Park. We mentioned hitting .312 as a team here. Last Red Sox team to bat .300 at Fenway was the 2004 World Champions. So far tonight, just 3 hits for Boston, including an Ortiz home run. Here comes the 2-2 to Story. The runner goes at a high fly ball, jack deep into left center field, rising up, and gone. Another home run allowed by Buchholz, and another that hurts him big time, and that makes it 4-2. Story with number 13. He has outstanding power, but 2 2-run homers in back-to-back innings allowed.
Yeah, fastball inside, and he gets to it on the inside part of the plate. A 2-seam fastball too high. Buchholz didn't want it up that high. Now you think back in that at bat. Remember the curveball that he fouled off, just barely fouled off to stay alive, and then he comes back and hits a home run.
Here's Descalso as he takes outside for a ball. He's 0 for 1 with a liner to center. So Colorado in the lead 4-2, and a comebacker right over the top of Buchholz, sliding stab by Bogaerts, but it'll have no play, and it'll be a base hit for Descalso.
That ball bounced high, and it looked like Clay might have a chance at that, but gets by him, and of course by the time Bogaerts gets to it, he's got no chance at first base. So nobody out, 2 runs in. There's the high bounce. You can see I thought it was going right to the glove of Buchholz, but he ducks underneath it. And from that point there, it's once it gets by Clay, it's a base hit.
So 3 consecutive hits off of Clay Buchholz in this inning. Sends up their number 9 man, Garneau. The Red Sox don't have anybody beginning to warm up yet. He'll take a fastball in there for strike one. It's the multi-run home runs. Clay is just not allowing solo home runs this year. And they are really hurting him. The 0-1 bounced up there, and a nice stop by Vasquez.
Tries to change up that time, and bouncing Vasquez with a nice play to leave that man at first base. It seems like every time Buchholz is missing a location, it's going out of the ballpark for a home run.
He's allowed a couple of grand slams. His pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. Home run by Gonzalez last inning, and now to Trevor Story here in the 5th. The runner goes. There's a high fly ball. That one deep into left field, and that one is off the light standard, and that's a 2-run homer. And that makes it 6-2. John Farrell's got to get somebody up.
Again, it's a changeup, and you know, you check the location of the pitch, and it's got to be up in the zone. And again, you know, not hitting a spot. And the crowd has become reckless here at Fenway. There's that changeup right there, as you can see, stays upstairs. And good hitters, big league hitters, don't usually miss mistakes like that.
That's his first home run, and knocked it right into the light standard. These are not cheapies. So just like that, 6-2, and Hembree is going to get going in the bullpen. And you are right, Jerry Remy. The fans are beyond restless with Clay Buchholz here.
Yeah, it started when he went down to the bullpen to warm up prior to the ball game.
Charlie Blackmon to get in. He singled. He was aboard when Gonzalez ripped his home runs. That's 3 home runs in the last 2 innings allowed by Clay Buchholz. And in there for a called strike. Now we talk about the decision. You know, what's going to happen when Rodriguez is ready? Clay Buchholz is making it easy on the Red Sox instead of making it a tough call. And the fastball is inside. Three homers allowed by Clay here tonight, a single game high in 2016. Here's the 1-1. Single, homer, single, homer. And in the 4th inning, a single and a homer. The 2-1. Cracked along the first base line, and Hanley there. And sarcastic applause by the Red Sox faithful here, because that is out number 1. And we'll bring up LeMahieu, who has popped up and grounded out. He has a 5-game hitting streak. 6 runs on 6 hits for Colorado. Fouled away for strike 1 by the number 2 hitter. He opened the season by hitting safely in their first 9 games. So he's had a very solid run at the start of 2016. The 0-1 pitch. Routine ground ball right to Bogaerts. 2 down. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets, with the best seats at the lowest prices to all games at Fenway, all with a 200% guarantee. Treat yourself or someone special by visiting aceticket.com or by calling 1-800-MY-SEATS. So the Red Sox facing a 4-run deficit. Arenado in this one has flied to center and struck out. And he pops it up a mile high back behind home plate. Vasquez up against the netting, but he can't get to it.
Now the Red Sox have not been in this situation very often on this homestand. Down by 4 runs mid-game. This will probably be the last inning for Buchholz, maybe the last hitter for Buchholz if he reaches base. Henry should be ready down in the bullpen.
Boy, then the questions really start.
Yeah, they do. And they know it too. The players know it.
Big swing and a miss. That was a home run cut from a guy who's hit 14.
That's that 2-seam fastball again going back inside. It kind of fools the hitter because you think it's going to be a straight fastball on the corner, and then it takes off on the inside part of the plate, as you can see there.
Trying to strike him out for the second time, but instead of fly ball into left field, Swihart on the track has room, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. But Clay Buchholz gets knocked around, giving up a pair of 2-run homers. No interest on almost anything at Jordan's Furniture. Furnish one room or the entire home. Best of all, you get to enjoy it now. Visit Jordans.com for details. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien with us as we go to the last half of the 5th inning, and the Red Sox are down 6-2. They are not accustomed to this. Clay Buchholz allowing 3 home runs in this one, all of those 2-run homers, and the Red Sox are trailing by 4. Vasquez and then Bradley and then Pedroia. Jackie Bradley does not have a hit. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. Check swing, and that'll be outside on a curveball missing. Vasquez trying to get on to begin the inning. He's 1 for 17 on the homestand. He's now hitting .216. He needs a hot run. That's a good start. Tag down the line. Up against the monster. He'll take the turn, but be content with the single. Parra has a very good arm, and he got it in quickly.
Yeah, and this is probably the only ballpark in the American League where that's going to be just a single down that left field line. You see how much room there is out there. Parra's really shading in toward the middle of the scoreboard, but still is able to play it and get it back in quickly. Oh, Vasquez the single. You don't want to take that chance down by 4 runs of being thrown out at second base with nobody out.
So now comes Jackie Bradley for the 3rd time tonight. He has flied out to right field very deep to the warning track and then grounded back to the pitcher. He has hit safely in 29 in a row, the 4th longest Red Sox hitting streak in the history of the franchise. He's tied with Johnny Damon. Jackie leading off for the first time this season here tonight. He started the evening as the American League's top hitter at .350. And a strike. See Gray mixing in that changeup, which is a very good pitch for him.
Yeah, the changeup and slider both. I think they were his two best pitches.
Vasquez off first base, nobody out. High fly, center field. Blackman back, all the way to the wall. He's there. He has room and he makes the catch. Christian Vasquez back into first base, and well, it's a couple of swings tonight where he's just missed it.
Yeah, and you know, there's been a couple of baseballs that have been hit in this game that I thought had a chance to be home runs, and they're not, for some reason, not going tonight. There's the slider. It's down in the zone. Good pitch to hit for Bradley. Makes good solid contact. I thought it had a chance for the bleachers when it left the bat, but no. Right up against the wall goes Blackman and makes the catch.
Jackie 0 for 3. Here's Dustin Pedroia. He's flied out to right, taking ball 4. And looks at a strike. He's a .391 career hitter against Colorado. He is 4 for 8 in this series. Rockies in front 6-2. Rays 1-0. That one tagged on a line. Parra can't get it. He lunged and missed it. It skips up into the wall. Vasquez down to third. Pedroia wants second. To throw there. The tag, and he's going to be out as he tumbles, but he is cut down. So 2 down. Runner at third base.
That's the second real good play that Parra has made this inning. First of all, it holds Vasquez to a single. Then I thought this was going to be a sure double for Pedroia, but he tracks it down, plays it on a big bounce with one hand, and has Pedroia by quite a bit at second base. Head first slide. He almost like he got stuck. He tries to reach around, but it looked like the tag was on him as he reached around with his left hand. Yep, the tag is right there.
2 away. That'll send up Xander Bogaerts. He has a base hit, 1 for 2 tonight. He has run his hitting streak to 19 in a row. As Yaz said when he was with us in the first inning, no one's talking about it.
Yeah, it's amazing the numbers he's putting up, and obviously the focus has been on Bradley Jr.
He looks at a strike on that 8th inning throw from Jackie to cut down Gonzalez at second base last night. He had part of the thumbnail on his right thumb bent back, lost about half of it. See what he's hitting with men in scoring position. 2 down.
This is the play last night where Bogaerts making the tag at second base. You can see that right hand getting involved. And the fingernail, half the fingernail, as Dave mentioned, coming off. Played with a little tape on it.
Certainly did not affect him with that first inning swing as he ripped a single. He swings and misses. Down he goes for strike 3. It's a frustrating inning for the Red Sox. They had 2 hits and yet nothing across the plate. 6-2 Rockies. Strikeout Hunger program in partnership with Nesson and the Greater Boston Food Bank. Visit your Boston area Lexus dealer in May and donate non-perishable food items. You can also enter for a chance to win a Nesson VIP ballpark experience. For more information, visit Nesson.com/Lexus. Well, Clay Buchholz is back out there.
A little surprised at that. I thought Hembree would come in at the end of last inning. Hembree back up in the bullpen now. He got up as soon as Buchholz took the mound here in the 6th.
In for a called strike on Gonzalez, who hit the first of the 3 2-run homers off of Clay Buchholz. It was interesting to see John Farrell come out last inning and not Carl Willis, Red Sox pitching coach, and we do not see Carl inside that dugout and did not come out for the visit. Not sure what's up with that. In any event, Gonzalez, the hitter, a 2-run homer, his last time up, and the umpire getting smoked here, Gabe Morales, big time. Hembree still throwing in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Soft ground ball. Bogarts crosses body, and he's not going to get him. And Gonzalez is on with a base hit. Sunday at 11:30 on an all-new Nesson Clubhouse, a special throwback edition. The evolution of the baseball jersey. Plus, Rick Porcello tells you what board games he played as a kid. So Sunday morning at 11:30 on Nesson Clubhouse, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. And this was a very short leash. And Hembree is coming in. And that is it for Clay Buchholz as he gets knocked around tonight to the tune of 3 2-run homers. And the Red Sox to make the pitching change, 6-2 Colorado. Nobody out here in the 6th inning, and we'll be back at Fenway with more in just a moment. By Kia, it is Heath Hembree coming out with a 216 earned run average to face Reynolds, and he deals inside for a ball. Gonzalez just singled, and that got Clay Buchholz knocked out of the game. His pitching stats are brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. As of tonight, Clay Buchholz has made 10 starts. This is the 6th time he's allowed 5 earned runs or more.
He's in a stretch right now, and every time it seems like he makes a mistake, it's not getting hit for a base hit. is getting hit for a home run. It happened a couple of times in the game tonight.
It was really weird about it. Early on, he looked like he was going to have a great night.
Yeah, good stuff.
His first 3 innings, that was 9 up, 9 down. Then a single and a homer. This one popped up, and the third baseman Shaw right there in foul ground.
And we talked about making mistakes with location, and here's one that turns into a home run. You see where Vasquez is set up. They get it inside, but it's elevated. And that goes out of the ballpark. Once again, they want to go inside, but this ball's going to leak out over the plate. And you see the contact made right there. So it's like every time Clay misses his spot, it's not for base hit. It's taken out of the ballpark.
And it has happened over and over again. Now the batter will be Parra, who has singled and flied to center. So the Sox in a 4-run hole. Parra had singled right in front of Story, who then homered. That was up Buchholz in the 5th inning, and then Descalso singled, and Garneau hit a home run. And the Red Sox have a healthy alternative when he returns in Rodriguez. The 1-0 pitch, and right on the outside corner for a called strike.
They say they were going to make that decision tomorrow, or he was going to throw a side session, and after that session decide whether his next stop will be with the Red Sox or with Pawtucket.
He's been wearing a knee brace. And Dave Dombrowski sure will be huddling along with John Farrell to make the call on that. The 1-1 to center field. Well struck. Bradley's backing up though, and he's there to turn on it. Gonzalez back to first base, and there are 2 down with Story on the way up next. Red Sox heading for Toronto in 3 games there, and after that a series with the Baltimore Orioles, who the Red Sox have a 2-game lead on inside the division. Red Sox will be playing a 4-game series at Camden Yards, and when they return it will be the month of June.
Time goes by fast when you're winning baseball games,
doesn't it? That is so true. Story here with a 2-run blast his last time up. He's the son of a fireman, and his mom runs a food pantry to help needy families. He says they both used to take him to work all the time, so he didn't grow up in a privileged household. He says seeing how his parents had careers where they helped a lot of other folks shaped his entire outlook. He said if not for baseball, he would have been a fireman. As he takes one in there for a strike. Runner on at first base in Gonzalez, and 2 down. The Sox will have due up David Ortiz in the bottom of the 6th inning. Another one blocked by a very busy Vasquez. Had to make a lot of plays like that tonight.
That ball not getting that far away from him. Good job by knocking it down, as you can see, and because it rolls up that first base line, that allows that runner at first not to advance. Sees that it didn't get that far away from Vasquez. Nice job sliding to his right.
One ball and 2 strikes. They have Story batting out of the 7 slot tonight, but he's hit 13 home runs. And over the inside part of the plate, caught him looking with a pitch that backed up and caught the edge. 6-2, and here comes Big Papi. Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Major league leaders, career hits in interleague play. Torrey Hunter wound up with 124. And David Ortiz, good friends with Torrey Hunter, with 120 after a home run and a double tonight. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 6-2 the Rockies. Ortiz with a 2-run shot in the 1st inning. Career home run number 515 for David. And a pitch down into the dirt for a ball on Big Papi. Ramirez and then Shaw to follow here in the 6th inning. We did get a report on Carl Willis, and the reason he's not with the Red Sox tonight, just finding this out, that he is at his son's college graduation.
That time of the year, right?
Well, it sure is. A 1-2 pitch. Popped him up. Arenado puts that one away for the 1st out.
A little different approach that time against Ortiz. In the first 2 at bats, the home run and a double was fastballs. A lot of breaking pitches that time from Gray as he goes to the slider right here to get the pop up. Ortiz, who was sitting over that fastball in the first 2 at bats, doesn't get one in the 3rd at bat. Gets the breaking ball.
Here's Hanley Ramirez, 0 for 2, a ground to 3rd, a fly out to right field. He is 0 for 11. He whistled that one right into the screen, and the additional protective netting near the Red Sox dugout makes you very thankful that that's up. That one would have really gotten into the crowd in a heartbeat. Gray with the 0-1 pitch, and he drops it in there. Look at Young on that foul ball. Whew. And a rocket by Hanley. 0-2. Cut on and missed, and he got him for strike 3.
Well, that's the advantage, obviously, of getting ahead in the count. You can throw that breaking ball off the plate in hope that the hitter chases. That time Ramirez does and picks up the strikeout. So Hanley 0 for 3 tonight. Only 5 hits for the Red Sox, which is very unusual at this stage of the game.
Yeah, really quiet night so far. Gray, the 24-year-old out of Oklahoma. He's been tough. Shaw now 0 for 2. He's popped out to short and flied to right. Gray had not been pitching well on the road. He had an ERA over 6, but he's come to Fenway with pretty good stuff tonight. Fastball inside, 96 on the gun. He's hit 100 before.
Yeah, it's kind of sneaky quick, isn't it? I mean, kind of a slow, deliberate windup and delivery, and then all of a sudden, bing, here comes the fastball at 97.
That's ball 3. Like Chris Davis of the Orioles, Gray tested positive for the medication Adderall 3 years ago, but he was not suspended. The positive test requires him to be subjected to follow-up testing. He has to maintain a prescription for it. Davis was suspended because he did not report that he was taking it one particular year. Three balls and a strike on Shaw. 2 down, bases empty. Twisting pop up toward left field. Parra giving chase, but that's going to be up into the crowd. Local Dunkin' Donuts franchisers are proud to give back to the communities in which they live and work. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a free Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. And tonight we welcome the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community. Full count here on Travis. Chris Young on deck. And the 3-2. Up the middle, but oh, what a scoop on the play. Story will fire and get him. That was hit wickedly, but able to dig it out. 1, 2, 3 go to Red Sox. 6-2 the Rockies. Top half of the seventh inning, 6-2. The Rockies have the lead here as Descalso takes a pitch down into the dirt. Clay Buchholz knocked out as he gave up 6 runs and 3 2-run homers tonight to put the Red Sox behind. And the Red Sox offense has really been silenced for the most part. One of the rare occasions so far this season. That one fouled back by Descalso. Red Sox baseball in Essen brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Descalso, the number 8 hitter, but he is their designated hitter. And inside for a ball.
Red Sox do not go into the shift, but certainly play to pull in the infield. You see where Bogaerts is, almost behind second base, but not the complete shift on.
Two-one. Pedroia with a dive and a knockdown, but it rolls into the outfield, so it'll be a base hit for Descalso. Thought for a moment that Pedroia was going to make a spectacular play there.
Yeah, almost looked like it. He dove and it did get a piece of the glove, and then it just pops out of the glove, as you can see right there. He never, right through the webbing of the glove. It would have been an awfully tough play if he makes it and is able to throw him out at first base, especially a guy coming out of the left-handed batter's box.
Descalso with his second hit. Here's Garneau, who homered his last time up. A 2-run shot in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2. He looks at a strike indicating a bunt. He broke into the majors last August, and he doubled off of Max Scherzer for his first major league hit.
That's pretty good guy to get a first major league hit against.
Might have been the only hit in the game, the way Scherzer deals. So the leadoff man is on in the 7th. Rockies trying to grab a win in the series. Red Sox have won the first 2. That's in for a strike. And Blackmon is up next. You know that John Farrell will be answering a lot of questions about his rotation when this game is over. Frankly, win or lose, that'll be the case, as it is swung on and missed. Good lively fastball there at 95 to get him.
Elevates with the fastball on time, going with the high pitch. And it looks so good to a hitter. You see it so well, but very tough to make contact on when it's up at the top of the strike zone like that.
One man out. Blackmon has singled, grounded out, and flied out. He's a guy who gets on base. He's done that 21 straight games now. And the first pitch sinks down, low, ball one. The Red Sox drafted this guy in the 20th round in 2005 as a pitcher, but he did not sign. He decided he wanted to be a position player after leaving Georgia Tech. He stings a line drive, base hit. His second hit in the inning. That'll send Descalso down to second base with one out.
You know, we don't get to see Colorado a lot, but I've been impressed by Blackmon in this series. Got a very quick bat, pulls the ball quite often, can run. Second hit of the day, 2 for 4, as he gets that fastball kind of middle of the plate and hooks it very high between first and second for the base hit.
So 2 aboard for the number 2 hitter LeMahieu, who's gone 0 for 3. And it's 9 hits now for Colorado. As we mentioned, a good hitting team. They're 21 and 24 because of a staff ERA that is 14th in the National League. And the first 2 games certainly not helped by the visit to Fenway. Been a bit of a different story tonight as he wound up but came up empty on the slider. Six runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Rockies. 2 runs, just 5 hits for the Red Sox, no errors. And the 0-1. Ground ball down for it. Shaw, nice stab, and throws it into right field. And everybody is going to be safe as the throw comes back to the plate. And a misfire by Travis Shaw.
It looked like it was going to be a 5-4-3 to get the Red Sox out of this inning. Instead, the bases are loaded as Shaw just lets it fly, and it goes by Pedroia at second base. I wonder if the runner had anything to do with that. You see where the runner was? And it was almost like he was blocking Shaw's view. And you can see him duck down, and that throw is not even close to the bag at second base. I think the runner had something to do with that throw.
Yeah, he kind of turned around, glanced at him.
Yep.
As if he had gotten in his line. But he does commit the error, and they're all loaded up now. 1 down for Arenado. Very dangerous hitter. He's gone 0 for 3 tonight, but 14 homers, 34 runs batted in. So this could really get out of hand here. He's number 2 in the majors in homers. And he takes one in there for strike 1. The Rockies with a man at every base. Descalso, Blackmon, and LeMahieu now. No place to put this guy. Their number 3 hitter. And a high fly ball into left field. Swihart back, feeling for the wall, has room, and he will make the catch. Tagging up Descalso. Here he comes, and that's going to make it 7-2. So he scores on the RBI number 35 for Arenado.
This is the kind of offense that the Rockies have had this season. You mentioned it earlier in the game, Dave, the fact that offensively it's a very, very strong ball club, and we're getting a little bit of an example of that tonight. Sacrifice fly, and again another ball that when contact was made, it looked like maybe a wall scraper, but instead it falls short. Swihart able to make the play, and the 1 run comes home.
That'll send up Gonzalez, who's already blasted a home run tonight. It came in the 4th inning off Buchholz. He's added a single as well. So now the lead up to 5, 2 down. Home run for Gonzalez, just his 6th of the season, so he's off to a slow start there. He takes the ball. I mentioned that he won a batting title back in 2010. It's his home run back in the 4th inning.
That's where we're down to get that breaking ball, that curveball that was down and in. And pretty good piece of hitting right there. A very good piece of hitting by Gonzalez.
Embry's 1-0 pitch, and that misses as well. He had 336 in 2010. Gonzalez did. They've had 5 men win the batting title. Remember, they came in as an expansion team in 1993. Some big averages out of the thin air. Their first year playing at Mile High Stadium, the football stadium, they drew 4,483,000 fans.
Wow. We actually played there in an exhibition game. It was very strange. It was a very short left field.
Yeah, it was more apt to snow than anything else.
Yeah.
You know, April. First year they averaged about 57,000 fans a game, and then topped that the next year, 58,600. Hot shot, but Pedroia handles that, flips to second for the force to retire the side, so they settle for the 1 additional run, but now they lead it 7-2 over the Sox. Poll question, and here it is. Is the phrase "he runs well for a catcher" an insult? Would you consider that an insult? Text 1 for yes, text 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote, as it's filed away by Chris Young.
I would say yes to that. I think it is an insult.
If you're a catcher, you're insulted by that.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're Blake Swihart, who's been an outfielder, of course, lately, but still a catcher. And he's a guy who runs very well, period. High fly rising up in the left center field. On the run, Blackman, and the left fielder Parra, and he'll make the catch. So Young is 0 for 2. And Blake will now test those wheels. He has lined out and struck out in this one. And then the catcher, Christian Vasquez. 7-2 the Rockies here in the 7th. Red Sox have not had that big explosive inning yet offensively that we've seen so many times, particularly here at Fenway Park. They did get 2 runs in the very first inning on a home run by David Ortiz, but have been shut down since by 24-year-old John Gray. He's shown a nice fastball tonight, very lively, around the 96 or 97 range on occasion, but it's the other stuff that's been even better, the changeup and the slider.
Yeah, the slider's been very good. He's mixed in a couple of curveballs. That last pitch was a curveball, not a good one, but he's showing it to you.
That's too high at 95. Sox had 13 hits last night, only 5 tonight. Red Sox have had 10 or more hits in 17 out of their 19 home games going back to April 20th, and have averaged 8 runs a game during that span of games. Three and one on Swihart, the switch hitting left fielder. And he rolls it foul. Red Sox are about to play 3 games in Toronto, Jerry, and only one of those is a night game, and that's tomorrow. Joe Kelly against Aaron Sanchez. In fact, the Sox will play 3 consecutive day games.
Yeah, 2 in Toronto, 2 1 o'clock games, and then an afternoon game on Monday in Baltimore.
Tried to hold up, but down he goes on that breaking ball, and he strikes out.
That's the slider you were talking about, Dave. You know, he gets ahead in the count, and it doesn't have to be a strike. He's getting some of those Red Sox hitters to chase pitches that are off the plate. That pitch looks awfully good when it's coming in, but then it disappears. Swihart cannot check the swing.
Here's Vasquez, 1 for 2 with a base hit. He's singled in the 5th inning, and he'll take a ball outside. And Jackie Bradley has come to the on-deck area, open for a shot to hit in this inning. He does not have a hit tonight. 0 for 3 thus far. 96 right on the black with that fastball.
Hey, what's happened here at Fenway? It's really cooled off as the night has gone on. We thought the air conditioning was on in the booth, but it's not. It's actually outside. Down to 61 degrees, which is much cooler than when the game started.
And another one drilled almost that identical spot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, that temperature dropped quickly.
It really did.
I think when you were on the field, it was about 75.
It was warm down on the field, yeah.
For the Wade Boggs ceremony, the number 26 retired here at Fenway Park. Gave a very emotional, heartfelt speech. Wade said he nearly lost it. One Hall of Famer and another Hall of Famer. It just kept on coming. 1-2 pop foul out of play. We had Yaz in the booth with us as well.
I got to tell you, I haven't been down on the field in a long time, you know, on the playing field itself, and it feels strange. I mean, you look around and just all these weird memories come through you, you know.
For you, it did feel strange?
Yeah, it does. It really does. The park looks different for some reason. I mean, maybe it's age.
You mean your age?
My age, yeah.
Breaking ball is inside. But I mean, you were down there, right? You know, between first and second. That's your home ground.
I know, but it just didn't feel comfortable, and you kind of forget what it feels like to be down there, you know. And it's amazing when you look out how close the people are really to the players on this at Fenway, and it's a different feeling.
Cut on and miss. Down goes Vasquez, and Gray will breeze through the 7th inning. 7-2 Colorado. Baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. By buyatoyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. By the Massachusetts Executive Office of Public Safety and Security. Use your head, buckle up. By Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. By Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. And by your New England Audi dealers. 7-2, the Rockies in command in this one. Embry will pitch another inning, or at least start this one, and Tommy Lane is in the bullpen. And Mark Reynolds will lead things off here for Colorado. They have hit 3 two-run homers tonight. Clay Buchholz going 5 innings in another short outing, giving up 6 runs. Reynolds has not been part of it. He's gone 0 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out, and a pop up. And leading off the 8th here. And on the topic of leading off, when we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Jackie Bradley will be batting for the 4th time and has yet to record a hit tonight. Routine ground ball right to Pedroia. He'll throw out Reynolds. Lexus is making a pledge to strike out hunger. For every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher this season, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. And that'll send up Parra. John Farrell on the horn. And Lane still working in that bullpen. Gerardo Parra tonight to fly to center, a single and a fly out. Tell you what, Hembry's throwing a lot of strikes, and he deals another one there. He has thrown 30 pitches, and 22 have been through the strike zone.
Yeah, first 2 hitters in this inning, he started off with sliders and breaking balls, but able to get those over for strikes.
Oh, 1 on the way, and that is outside. Another thing that's been impressive about the Rockies, I realize the Red Sox have won the first 2. You talk about the outfield play. Parra has an outstanding arm. So does Gonzalez in right field. And Blackmon's a really good center fielder. You know, considering where they play, a very, very big outfield, the way the ball carries, they need a real good outfield. They've got one.
And, you know, Parra, as you mentioned, you know, he's done a very nice job tonight on a couple of occasions out there in left field.
We were talking about their crowds over the years and the giant crowds they used to get. They actually led the majors in attendance the first 7 years they were a major league franchise. The last 14 years they have failed to reach 3 million, as that one is ripped into right field. Giving chase Young, taking a turn now. Parra, here's the throw, and it is offline. So not a good throw, and Parra has a 2-base hit and a 2-hit game tonight.
And when I saw Parra take off at second base, it looked like if there was a throw that was going to be on target, they would have had him by quite a bit, but the throw is not going to be on target. And Parra gets himself the double. He's thinking 2 right out of the box. You can see him running hard and going way to his left is Young. He picks it up, throws it, but it's not going to be close to the bag, and Parra in with a 2-base hit. A lot of doubles are made right out of the batter's box by hitters. And when you see a player, an outfielder, going to his right or left, obviously you start thinking about an extra base.
Well, so often on the last couple of homestands, we've looked up and we've seen the Red Sox ahead 7-2, and the Red Sox with double digits in hits. Tonight it's the Rockies. Story has been part of it with a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. He's also flied out and struck out. So 10 up there for Colorado. And that'll miss down low for a ball. And back to his home run cut in the 5th.
Back in the 5th inning, a fastball that's elevated, and Story takes it out of the ballpark with a home run. One of the 2-run homers they've hit in the ball game tonight.
Parra with the lead at second, and that one is stung, and a nice play there by Bogaerts. Gets it out of the glove, throws into second, and doubles him off. And that will retire the side. Had a little trouble getting it out, but he got it out in time. And here comes Jackie Bradley Jr. hitless so far tonight in his bid to make it 30 consecutive games. Half of the 8th inning, and might very well be the last time that Jackie gets to swing the bat. Here are his at bats tonight.
Yeah, a couple of times he's hit the ball very well. Once deep to the outfield to right field, then they cost a little bloop back to the mound, but then it put another charge and one to center field. So 2 out of the 3 at bats have been very good.
There's a routine ground ball right to the second baseman, and he is 0 for 4 tonight. So it may very well end right here at 29 consecutive games for Jackie Bradley. It'll take a big time rally for the Red Sox to get him up again.
First pitch swinging, which he's done so many times throughout this streak, and picks up base hits on him. Not that time. Little ground ball at second base.
And Pedroia looks at a strike. He's gone 1 for 2. Jackie has said he's not thinking about it at all, that it does not enter his consciousness until somebody asks him about it.
Which is every day, right? Just about.
Yeah. He makes the first out here in the 8th inning. Red Sox trailing 7-2. This young man, John Gray, has been very tough. 24-year-old out of Chandler, Oklahoma. His pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 7 1/3 so far, and the pitch count in pretty good shape. With 1 out in the 8th. Dustin singled in the 5th inning. He tried to extend that into a double, and he was thrown out by Parra, who made an outstanding play. Xander Bogaerts on deck. He has an active hitting streak at 19 in a row now after a single in the 1st inning. The Orioles are playing in Houston. They're in the 4th inning. It's 3-1 Astros. Red Sox will see the Birds on the upcoming trip. Nothing but Birds. Starting in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Here comes the 3-2. And he walked him. So Pedroia on base for the 3rd time as we check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. And we asked you, is the phrase "he runs well for a catcher" an insult? And here's your response tonight. 55% agree with Jerry Remy that it is an insult.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a catcher and have that said. You know, I mean, some guys run very well.
Well, that'll do it for Gray. Out he comes. Walt Weiss will take the baseball from him. And they will go to the pen. And Gray pitched a very, very good ball game against the #1 run scoring team in the major leagues, holding the Red Sox to 5 hits. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Big right-hander Carlos Estevez coming out of their bullpen, and he delivers down and away ball 1 on Xander Bogaerts. As you get a closer look at what he has done so far. He got his first major league win on Saturday against the Pirates. They called him up in late April for his major league debut, and it is fouled off the catcher.
First 2 pitches from Estevez have been 98 miles an hour.
Gray responsible for Pedroia at first base, but he lasted through 95 pitches and 7 1/3. He's in line for the win. He has a 5-run lead. Bogaerts 1 for 3, a single in the first inning, and he scored a run. He was aboard when Ortiz homered. So he's now hit it 19 in a row, career high. I was looking this up earlier today. By my count, Xander Bogaerts has now scored from first base 9 times already this season.
I think he's 9 out of 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Means David Ortiz is hitting a lot of doubles.
Yeah.
There's a high fly ball. That one tagged into left field. Parra drifting back there, but plenty of room. Pedroia back to first, 2 down, and Ortiz is next.
So you faced the starting pitcher Gray, who had very good fastball, and then you get a guy coming in throwing even harder at 98 miles an hour.
Time of the Geico Red Sox moment, honoring Wade Boggs. His career stats: .328 batting average, 118 homers, over 1,000 RBIs, 5 batting crowns, went to the All-Star game 12 times, and inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2005. Popped up. Arenado will backpedal and put it away to retire the side. So the Red Sox still stuck at 5 hits, 7-2 Colorado. Brought to you by Xfinity. Colorado with a 7-2 lead. Gray was outstanding for 7 1/3, 6 Ks. Gonzalez with a 2-run homer. Story with a 2-run homer. In fact, they've had 3 of them. Clay Buchholz a short start again. 6 earned runs, 5 innings, 7 hits, and he was done. Ortiz has cracked his 12th home run of the season. That came in the first inning, and those are the only runs the Red Sox have tonight. Tommy Lane out of the bullpen becomes the 3rd Red Sox pitcher. He gets 8, 9, and 1 for Colorado. We are into the 9th inning, and the Red Sox in need of a major rally to prevent a loss here tonight as they go for the sweep. Descalso has been on base a couple of times, and he has scored both times after singling. Former St. Louis Cardinal, who appeared in the 2013 World Series against the Red Sox, went 1 for 10 in that series. One ball, 2 strikes. Descalso back then was a regular. He was playing every day for St. Louis. Cut on and missed, and down he goes, strike 3. Time now for our tools of the trade, presented by Stanley.
El Parra making a very nice play out in left field earlier in the ball game against Dustin Pedroia. Ball looked like it was going to be a double as it gets by Parra, but he plays it very nicely off the wall. Bare hands it on a bounce, makes a throw into second base, and gets the diving Dustin Pedroia by quite a bit.
Stanley, the official tool of the Boston Red Sox. Garneau, the catcher. He's had a good night with a 2-run homer back in the 5th inning off of Clay Buchholz when they hit 2 of those and really opened it up. And that one ripped, headed toward the wall. Swihart is going to play it after it takes a short hop up and into the 10 and into second base with a double. Garneau, his 2nd extra base hit tonight.
He's had a very good night. You mentioned it, Dave. 2nd extra base hit, a home run back in the 5th inning, 2-run home run, and now the double. Short hopping that left field wall.
And at the top of the order, and another guy who's had a multi-hit game, Charlie Blackmon with a pair of singles. And Ross is now throwing in the bullpen. After showing us his fielding skills earlier tonight on the home run by David Ortiz into the bullpen. And that'll be down and away, ball 1. 7 runs on 11 hits for the Rockies, 2 runs, just 5 hits for Boston. And the Sox have committed the only error. Lanes 1-0 and misses just a tad low. Due up for the Red Sox in the 9th inning, Ramirez, Shaw, and Young. They have the left-hander McGee going in the pen. Floated toward left, coming on Swihart, coming on. Nice sliding play. He caught it. Back to second base goes Garneau.
Yeah, very nice play by Swihart. That ball slicing away from him, coming off the bat of the left-handed hitter. Watch how much this ball moves and slices away, and a very good jump. Stopped and then had to go again. Did Swihart, but he's able to make the backhanded play on the slide. Pick up the second out of the inning.
Don't miss NESN Live weeknights at 5:30. NESN Live presented by Cross Insurance. So 2 away. LeMahieu has gone 0 for 4. That one will skip away from Vasquez up the line, and a runner will advance. Garneau into third base on the wild pitch.
So is Mookie Betts sitting on the bench getting a night off tonight, and when you're accustomed to playing every day like he has been, you don't know what to do with yourself.
Looks like he's getting some reading in.
Yeah, there's maybe some scout work tonight.
First time this season for Mookie, as he has the night off. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and high and away on LeMahieu. Pretty good hitter at .299 with a couple of homers. He has a runner at third base and flicks it foul. Joe Kelly has the ball tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in Toronto against Aaron Sanchez. That has a chance to be an outstanding pitcher's duel. Joe coming off a terrific outing. He's 2-0, and Sanchez is 4-1 and has been particularly tough on the Red Sox. Porcello will pitch on Saturday and Price on Sunday. Both of those are 1:07 first pitches from Rogers Center. 3-1 tagged into right field. That'll be an RBI base hit. It chases in Garneau. That'll make it 8-2 Colorado.
And this is the kind of feeling the Red Sox have not had in a while, where they've been trailing by this much late in the game. Usually it's been reversed, the score, and not the case here tonight at Fenway. Line shot to the opposite field by LeMahieu. Drives in a run, picks up his 15th RBI of the season.
Here's Arenado. He's gone 0 for 3, but he drove in a run his last at bat in 7th inning with a sacrifice. So he has 35 RBIs. He's building a very nice year for himself. Even if the Rockies may really scuffle. Right now a record of 21-24. Fouled on a play to the right. A single and a double in this inning for the Rockies to add on. He checked his swing and he knocks it foul.
Hey, look at the bottom of the ninth, and the Red Sox have their cleanup, not their cleanup, but their fifth inning coming up. The question is, can they come back in this game, and also can they get Bradley another at bat in this ball game?
Jackie Bradley hitless tonight. 29 game hitting streak is on the line. And the 0-2. Big swing and a miss. Down he goes, strike three as he stumbled across the plate. They pick up another run though. Bottom of the ninth coming, 8-2. The Rockies. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Bottom of the ninth inning, and Hanley Ramirez 0 for 3 tonight, leading things off here. He is grounded out, flied out, and struck out. So the averages dip below 300. Jackie Bradley, by the way, would be 6 hitters away, and this one in there for a strike. Meanwhile, a little bit earlier, Torey Lovullo coming up to Mookie Betts and telling him you may want to get ready to hit.
Like to give that guy, show him exactly where it may happen. Give him time to get loosened up, get warmed up. There's a batting cage underneath the Red Sox, near the Red Sox dugout. Get in and get loose, just in case.
That's exactly where he went. The 1-2 makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Red Sox need a lot of base runners, down by 6 in the ninth. Travis Shaw up next. Only 5 Boston hits all evening. And a 2-2 he checked, and that was up high. Hanley without a hit in his last 12 at bats. So trying to fight out of a mini slide here. The 3-2 pitch, and he spoiled that one out of play. Can the Red Sox get the inning to Jackie Bradley for one more crack at it? He's 0 for 4. Into right field, Gonzalez is going to creep in to make the catch. One man gone. Tonight, after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, a complete recap of tonight's ceremony honoring Wade Boggs, plus highlights from the NHL and NBA playoffs. NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. And Walt Weiss coming out of his dugout. He's going to make a change now with Travis Shaw coming up. We'll take the break and be back with more in a moment. Ninth inning, one man out. Red Sox down by 6. Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Dennis Eckersley, Steve Lyons will preview the Red Sox 10-game stretch against the Blue Jays and the Orioles. We'll have them all for you right here on NESN. 8-2 Colorado. They're going to bring on McGee. 357 earned run average. He's converted 13 out of 15 save opportunities. This is not a save chance with a score at 8-2, but Red Sox trying to rally. Shaw will dig in 0 for 3. He's popped up, flied out, and grounded out.
Excuse me, McGee, a guy they're certainly used to. They see so much of him, or they have seen so much of him with Tampa Bay.
On deck, Chris Young, bases empty, and a strike. Well, they really take the third baseman Arenado way off the line towards shortstop, as that one is line foul. Although we have seen his exceptional range in this series, he can get just about anything. He's right there with Manny Machado.
Yeah, you know, it's a small sample that we get to see, obviously, but it's a pretty impressive sample that we have been able to watch here at Fenway Park.
He can also hit for power and drive in runs. Here comes the 1-2, and off the edge at 95. So 2-2. And poke foul as he hangs in there. Got another fastball.
Pretty tough pitch. He fouled off right there, too. Fastball away from him outside part of the plate, and able to make some contact to see another pitch. Too close to take with 2 strikes. Don't want to leave it in the hands of the umpire.
Young, the on-deck hitter, he's also hitless tonight. And the veteran lefty with a 2-2. Waved at and missed. Came back with a soft one to strike him out.
And that surprised Travis Shaw right there. That slow curveball. After a number of fastballs to Shaw, here comes the breaking ball, and Travis way out in front of that.
So it is up to Chris Young to try and keep this thing alive. He has struck out, walked, and flied out tonight. 2 down in the 9th. Mookie Betts getting ready in case. In there for strike 1. Eight runs, 12 hits for Colorado. And Gray was really tough. John Gray there, 7 1/3. Fouled off. Looked like the Red Sox were going to get him early. Ortiz driving a 2-run homer into the bullpen in the first inning, but nothing after that.
Yeah, it did look like the Red Sox were going to be all over him. 2 quick runs on the long home run by David Ortiz, his 12th of the season, but got to give credit to Gray after that. He really shut down a club that's been swinging the bat very, very well.
The 0-2, he bounced it up there. The more I think about it, we had Yaz in with us in the first inning when David knocked that one to the pen. We should have made sure he stayed all night.
Impossible.
We're going to have to handcuff him to the table.
When you said it was time to go, he
was gone.
It's gone.
It's a vapor trail.
He's home.
Such a treat to see him, though. He follows this Red Sox team very closely. 1-2 pitch. And blew foul back out of play. Jackie Bradley looking at the end of his hitting streak tonight. Unless the Red Sox can get a bunch of base runners here, Young, the next man up, and the next man up would all have to reach to allow him a chance to hit again. And that is just off the outside.
He tries that slow curveball again, trying to get it started outside and bring it back to the corner. Not quite enough. Wants to hit the outside corner with that pitch, but not enough break on it.
And a lefty's pitch. That one torched down the line, and that's going to be a fair ball and quickly get up against the monster. That'll be an extra base hit. Young into second base with a double, so it's still alive and kicking.
Well, again, everybody in this ballpark hoping that Bradley gets a chance, and there are 2 outs. 2 men away from getting Bradley to the plate. And if he gets to the plate, the Red Sox will probably have some additional runs on the board. Fastball down and in and hooked, and pretty impressive to keep that ball fair. It looked like when he made contact it might hook for the foul territory, but it does not. Goes up against the 310, and Young at second base with a 2-out double.
So here's Swihart. He has struck out twice and lined to right field. And Mookie Betts has come to the on-deck area. He would hit for Vasquez in the 9-hole. Should he get that far? 8-2 Colorado, and right through there for strike 1. Swihart tripled twice last night. He's the 3rd Red Sox hitter to accomplish that feat this season. The 0-1 pitch will be just inside. Jackie Bradley and Xander Bogaerts did it back in April. One and one with 2 down. And he backs away. 2 balls, 1 strike. The double by Young, just the 6th Red Sox hit tonight. Swihart continues to look very, very comfortable in his new home in left field. Made a fine sliding catch this evening.
Yeah, that's been a little bit of surprise with very little time out there at the minor league level.
2-1 pitch. He lets it go for ball 3. If he walks him, Betts would hit, and then Bradley, if the game is still continuing. The 3-1, and he did walk him. So Swihart is on, and now Mookie Betts.
The fans that remain here realize what's going on too. The chance that Bradley may get a chance to hit again.
Well, you know, when he made that ground ball out to second in the 8th inning, I did not think you'd see him pulling on that helmet again and coming up to the on-deck area.
That's interesting. In most games, the leadoff hitter will get 5 at-bats, but the Red Sox have been held only 2 runs. So 4 at-bats and 1 man away from getting an opportunity.
Mookie hitting .277 with 9 homers, 35 RBIs, and he looks at a strike. 6-game hitting streak, so he has come to life. 11 for his last 26. 2 on. Two down in the 0-1 pitch. Little dribbler to first base. Reynolds will handle that. He'll get to the bag, and that will do it. The Red Sox fall tonight 8-2, and the hitting streak is over for number 25. For Jackie Bradley, it ends at 29 consecutive games. TC, he goes 0 for 4, and the Red Sox 4-game winning streak ends here this evening as well.